Hey, Heather, your friend Emily here in Florida. I just want to absolutely yes to a really exciting life moment. I just bought my own company, which is so exciting, a lifelong dream. I'm going to go be a consultant and get to work with really awesome people. Absolutely not to literally every single person who asks me, well, what are you going to do with your kids? Oh, good. So then you get to have more time with your kids because you don't have to work a full day. Excuse me? Where in the world did anyone insinuate that I was going to work less? I
Mhm.
don't see people asking men that when they get businesses. I don't know. I just think that there is totally an unfair misconception around a woman being an entrepreneur, going to work for herself,
Yeah.
working, hustling, being a mom on top of that. So anyways, really exciting life moments, but also what? Love you, Heather. Ciao. Bye.
Ciao, Bella. Listen, dude, congratulations. This is so exciting for you. And let me tell you what, when y'all call in with your wins, it really does tickle me pink. Like, I am so freaking excited for you. Good for you, girl. You're going to be a consultant. You're going to make that money. You're going to go tell people what they're doing wrong with their lives, which is honestly the best feeling in the world. But yeah, what a double edged sword, you know? Oh, okay. So you're going out and branching on your own, which means you're going to be home more. No, it actually means the complete opposite. You just bought a company. You're investing in yourself, which means you got to be a little selfish right now. And you got to go literally push it to the limit. You know what I mean? Good for you. Isn't that always the question, though? Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, so you're an entrepreneur. So you're going to be hanging out with the kids more. No, actually, because I'm an entrepreneur, I actually work way longer hours. I built a cruise ship by hand. Dude, being an entrepreneur is the craziest thing. But, Tina and I were talking business the other day, and I was like, this is the time to take the risk and invest in ourselves because you know what? Nobody got me here but this bitch, and we got to fucking roll with it. We got to take a bunch of just absolute whorish women, gays, and men on a boat and just push them out into the ocean and see what the fuck happens. One of the things Jeff and I were talking about last night as we were going through our pros and cons list. I said it is really wild. It is wild being a woman when there's gender roles are reversed. And it is wild because I told Jeff, I said, what's crazy is that men will never feel the same amount of pressure that women will feel. And I don't mean that as in like it's not a balanced relationship. Jeff is doing a million things, might buy this business, this whole thing. I'm saying in my mind, I'm planning the cruise a year ahead. I'm planning the next tour. I'm writing the show. I've got to find investors for this other thing that I'm doing, da da da. And in the back of my mind, I'm still like, if I don't have a child at some point by somehow, whether it be dropped in my lap, dropped off by a stork, put in a large German woman, like I also am like, that is the pressure that I feel. Men will never understand that pressure. And listen, if you're a single dad, mwah, chef's kiss, we love you. And there's a lot of great guys out here. I'm not shitting on the men, but it is wild when you're a woman and you are running a company, taking a chance on yourself, going out, executing, doing the damn thing, seizing the fucking day. You still will always have that pressure. Either you're not doing enough with your family, you're not doing enough to have kids, or people don't understand why you don't want kids. There will always be that added element level of pressure. And Jeff really understood it last night. He's like, I never really thought about that. I'm like, you don't understand. I am so excited about all these things that are happening. But in the back of my mind, I'm also like, dude, I am under a physical, actual biological clock. I got to do this shit. And then when I have a kid, I'm sure that people will have a fucking opinion on how I do it. Everybody does. I mean, obviously you can't worry and like panic about hypotheticals. But we were literally going through like our list of goals for the rest of the year and all the business stuff that's going on and teamwork makes the dream work. And I was like, but you, Jeff, get to turn your brain off. You go do a business deal, you go do real estate, you do the voodoo that you do, and you just turn your brain off. I'm still here like I have another level of added pressure. And you know what? That's a privileged thing to have. But that's why I think sometimes men don't fully get it, why we have psychotic breaks. That made me thirsty talking about the patriarchy. It's not even the patriarchy. It's just, we're doing the fucking most, truly. But you know what you can do to get away from your family? Come on this cruise. Heather@sea.com. Look at that. Look at that. Always hustling. No, dude, it's going to be so fucking lit. But ma'am, I want you to know I am so thrilled for you and good for you for investing in yourself. And if we take away anything from these next 2 months, I know everyone's going to be busy. The kids are home or maybe they're not. Send their asses to Vacation Bible School. Just send them. You know what I mean? Drop them off at the local Presbyterian church. I don't care if you're Jewish or Hindu. Just drop them off. Just find a Presbyterian church, Methodist community, very neutral. Drop the fucking kids off. They'll come back. They'll teach you about a couple apostles, and you can let it go in one ear and out the other if that's not your thing. Just drop them off at a Presbyterian church. But find a little something that you can do to invest in yourself, whether it's, taking time to take care of yourself, whether it's, I don't know, going on a fucking walk or reading 10 minutes of a book. I say that. Couldn't tell you the last time I read, Although I'm working on my Italian. Come si dice? Almost fluent, not even close. But I watched a YouTube video, and I'll link it on Instagram because I want to make sure I give the creator credit. This guy I was watching on Instagram or on YouTube is a polyglot, which means he speaks multiple languages. He said the number one way to learn a language quick is you Google the top 1,000 vocabulary words of that language. It could be nouns, verbs, adjectives, whatever it is. And he said what he does is he can literally learn 1,000 vocab words in like a week. And he makes flashcards. And once you learn the most popular vocabulary words, then you go back and figure out the verb conjugations, and you're already 10 years ahead. So I've started it. I'm learning real obscure shit, but apparently the way it works is once you go back and then you can do the scientific equation to put the verbs with the right conjugation, then your brain, it clicks. I'm trying it. I'll report back in exactly 3 weeks and let you know whether or not I've been absolutely conned by every fucking hotel I stay at in Italy. Come si dice, you're fucked.